You guys have seen this grow room before, but I wanted to show you what a month of wear and tear will do just throughout the normal grow cycle. So I want to start over here on this side with all of our digitals. This is our humidifier. You can see, look at that, immediately you can see this green moss. Let me zoom in on that. Algae and green mold and everything forming spores. All this stuff is going to cause contamination because this humidifier is recirculating the same air in the room. We can look at that and see just the bacteria. That's bacteria that's forming on the humidifier. So we're going to clean this today. And we're going to also clean this whole grow room, top to bottom, with the pressure washer. So, whenever we look at the floor, this is probably the worst that I've seen it, which is why I wanted to make this video. The floor is just green with like algae, and there's just a lot of different colors. We want this to be as clean as possible. It's gonna reduce contamination and allow us to have blocks in here for a longer amount of time without there being mold growing on the blocks. So typically, if blocks are in here too long when we harvest them, we'll see mold on the underside of the mushrooms. Maybe one of these will have an example. Probably not, these look pretty clean, but mold will get all up in here where it's nice and moist and dark. So that's something that causes us to basically lose money on products. I'm not gonna sell moldy mushrooms. Additionally, over here where the exhaust fan is, all the way up top, you can see as the room gets humid, this fan gets wet and it sprays spores back out and also drips down all. This is the worst I've seen this also. So we gotta clean all this. It actually smells pretty bad. Just with all the holidays and everything, we didn't get around to cleaning it at the end of December, so we're cleaning it at the start of January. The mushrooms are growing fine, but in order for us to offer a high quality product, we want it to be as clean as possible in here. So I'm gonna show you what that cleaning looks like. Yeah, all of this. Plus, if we look back here, I'm pretty sure this wall back there, where is it? Yeah, we're getting some mold on the wall, which is pretty crazy. So, take a good look. When we're done, it's not gonna be brand new, but it's gonna be a lot cleaner. So I'll show you that process and kind of how we clean this room and help you with your grow room maintenance. Let's go. We start with first moving all of the racks out of the way so we can clear a space and clean the floor. And because we're not using any chemical cleaners, we're just using pressure and water, I don't think it's a problem to have these grow blocks in the same room. So we're just gonna move those out of the way and start the pressure washer. It just blows my mind how gross the floor is. Just to give you an idea, it smelled like turtles and hermit crabs in here before we started cleaning this, but we try to do this once a month. Here's the time lapse filmed vertically for the Instagram, of course. But it really changes like how the air feels in the room. It feels so much cleaner, you can breathe in there. Here's something to note, if you're building a mushroom fruiting room, put a drain in there. It's something I didn't even think of until we had to clean it. So essentially what we're doing is pressure washing the floor and then using a shop vac to suck up all the water that remains on the ground, where if we had a drain, we could just blast it all out. Here's after. You can see that there's still a little bit of coloring on the ground from just cement just gets that way. There's a couple spots that we missed, but overall it's like so much better. So if you have a grow room and you're not cleaning it regularly, you're gonna have issues with how your mushrooms are growing. They're gonna get bacterial blotch, they're gonna get weird mutations and mold on them. So in order to maintain a good grow, it's imperative that you just keep the space clean. You're gonna have a better product. You're gonna feel better when you're in there. Now that we have the room clean, we can move our new racks of substrate that are ready to be fruited in there. So just throw the date on there, it's January 4th. Then we're ready to wheel the rack into the room. Cut the bags open, squeeze the air out so that we can induce fruiting. If you'll notice, I'm cutting it on the side just one time and then flipping the block over. I noticed that when I was growing mushrooms out of the side of the block, sometimes they get too heavy and fall off the rack. And I've seen a couple different people do it this way too, where they just have them growing straight up. It works great for like lion's mane and oyster mushrooms, but some things like Pio Pino or King Trumpet, they don't do great like this. So like this Pio Pino bag, I just cut the top of it open and they can top fruit, and that does great. We're moving about 120 blocks in here a week, which is 3 racks, 40 each, in a perfect world. But yeah, this room is just so much cleaner, and we're gonna have a lot better mushrooms. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video useful. Remember to subscribe, comment, and see you next time.